So what do you call yourself? Welcome to the LaTangela Show.
Hey, what can I do for you this fine day?
This is your destiny. Hot, hot, hot.
Right now.
Welcome to the LaTangela Show. Come on in and enjoy yourself.
Right now.
We gon' party like no one else. Welcome to the LaTangela Show.
Hi, and welcome to another episode of the LaTangela Show podcast. I'm LaTangela Fay, the voice inside your speaker box, and it does my heart well to have this time together where we can unplug, unwind, and tap in. You know, we'll chat about this, we'll chat about that. And you never know who's going to be in the hot seat or on the tan line, but I've got questions that need answers. And today we're going to chat with none other than the beautifully talented actress, Heart Hayes. Now, you're familiar with her work. You've seen her all over the place, and I have questions that need answers, especially as she's gearing up to co-star in the season's premiere with Paramount Plus of Criminal Minds Season 17. Criminal Minds, they've been at this for a really long time. And now with season 17, she had some questions that needed answers before she was even able to do this, right? We see the finished product, but we never really get the opportunity to get the story behind the story. So today in the hot seat and on the tan line, we're going to chat with her on that. And you may have also seen her dealing with Tyler Perry's All the Queen's Men. It's on BET Plus. Yeah, we're going to get into all of it. Some of the things that's coming up in the capital city that I'm super excited about. Teamed up with none other than Hair Queen Beauty Super Center. And we are doing our first braid-a-thon, hooking up little girls and little boys just in time for the back to school rush. Now, this is taking place August 4th, but we have a lot of our community stakeholders, the braiders, the master stylists, the master barbers, the locticians that are volunteering their time, their gifts, their talents to be able to help us give back to the community so these little children will be able to get their hair cut and their braids done right in time for school. Now, I got all the details posted for you at latangela.com. I would love for you to support the endeavors. If you are a stylist and you want to come out, the more stylists we have, the more kids we can help. Log on for all of the information and let's find a way to make it happen. And we're also doing some wonderful things with Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys. Gordon Gives 10 Cares, highlighting our nonprofit organizations and those teachers, and of course, the support team members that's going above and beyond with these lesson plans, coaching, making sure that these students are getting everything they need. This summer was just a blur. And now we're back at the starting line already. All of these registrations taking place, and kids are showing up to say, hey, I think it's about time for us to start getting our schedules. I'm like, didn't you just get out for the summer? Well, I want you to continue to place those nominations for the teachers and the team. Now, once you log on to 225bulletinboard.com, you'll see how you can nominate the teachers. We'll select 2 each month. They'll receive $250 each and some space on some of our billboards just as a token of our appreciation. Just saying thank you. We see you, and this is our effort to pay it forward as we encourage others to do the same. So be sure to log on to 225bulletinboard.com. It's being brought to you by Gordon Gives and 10 Cares. When we're going through some of this random research, I saw something that struck me, and I said, oh, I love it. It's coming in from Castrol. They have a survey that they did, and they wanted to know, do you remember your first car? Yes, most people do, right? Well, nearly 9 in 10 Americans still remember their first car. And 60% of them said, I wish I could go back and drive it again. A new poll reveals just how much people loved their first automobile and how much they miss it. Baby boomers, 91% said, I miss my first car. Gen Xers, it was only 89%. And they said, we miss it. They miss the fondness of their cars, but they miss the gas prices the most. Now you're talking, because honey, this gas is just working me over. And I'm like, you can't call me and say you got 5 on gas at this point. Look, I just don't know what to tell you. Coming up, I got the inside scoop for you. Those coworkers, can you trust them? Now, these are the questions that really need answers. Can you trust your coworkers? Well, according to ISOS, they said you can't really trust your coworkers. You can't trust what they're telling you. A recent poll found that just 61% of us have lied to a coworker in order to avoid uncomfortable situations. Well, now, I'm not going to say it was a lie. We might say that I withheld some information and I may have expounded upon the truth, but a lie is a far stretch and a little harsh. Just sad. When it comes down to that friend life, friends can help you live longer. Did you know that? So now was not the time to isolate yourself. Hi, friend. Scientists say that friends lower your stress levels. They lift your mood. They help you fight off depression and can even encourage you to make positive health choices. In fact, a new study found not having good friends is as damaging to your health as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. That's coming in from Brigham Young University, and I like that one. I want you to keep it locked right where you have it. And don't forget, every Sunday, you can tune in to max94one.com and Max 94.1. Sundays, 10:30 a.m., we'll be bringing you the LaTangela Show podcast and the Inside Scoop. Coming up, we got none other than Miss Hart, and it's a heart to heart with the LaTangela Show podcast.
Okay, there we go.
Good morning, sunshine. How are you?
Good morning. I'm good. How are you?
Holding on yet, holding on. So listen, it's like I have been inching my way through this week, and honey has got me in a chokehold. I'm trying to figure it out. What part of the world are you chiming in from today?
I'm coming live from LA.
Ooh, nice. So it's bright and early. You're up, you're doing the extreme most, because I know the day is just going to be on skates for you.
Yes. I know. I was like, I don't know why in my head I was thinking there were going to be phone interviews, and then I was like, Zoom. Oh my God, I need to put on a face or something.
She woke up like this. What you mean? Like,
I tried to.
put them on notice and let them know there is no alert that's needed. You have been a force to reckon with for so long. It's like you always find a way to keep things going. But how did you know that you wanted to take the world of entertainment as a profession instead of just a hobby or a pastime?
I knew this because I've been in it for my whole life, pretty much, probably started with, doing background as a kid and doing commercials and print. And through high school, I got into dance and competing and actually started working as a dancer professionally at the end of high school. So it's been a part of my life. I knew nothing else. And, my mom did ask me when I was about to graduate high school, like, well, what else would you do? Like, because she was not one of those stage moms that pushed it on me.
Yeah.
She just, put me in and thought I'll be great, like all moms, but
Yeah. That's my baby.
Yeah. She was like, what else would you do? Like, pick anything outside of entertainment. And I was like, I don't know, fashion. And she's like, well, that's kind of still in there.
Something.
So I'm just a creative, and it was really up to me to stick it out because after high school, I was like, all right, if I want to do this, I have to do this. I had to learn so much more besides just being the talent and being an artist. I had to learn the business of it, to keep it going. So.
And I'm glad that you even rolled towards that area of saying that I had to learn the business. Because now you have so many people that think that it's just a hashtag and a retweet away for major success. No one is really taking the time to, I guess you could say, put skin in the game, to master an art, a craft, or learn the business because of this instant gratification. Like, what? We got to learn these lines. We have to write these scripts. You have to know when and sing. I'm still practicing my dramatic pause. Okay.
That was amazing.
Close. But while you were learning that business aspect of it, what was the fork in the road for you where you had to just look in the mirror and say, heart, I don't know if my heart can take this?
Oh my goodness. You know what really kind of like kept me at a complacent place was because by the time I realized I had to learn a business and I could push myself and be more proactive with my career, I had already had an agent. I was already in the union, and these were things that I would hear other actors like say that that's goals, they're like, what, you're
Okay.
an agent, you're in a union, but I wasn't doing much, because my mom wasn't managing me no more. So I was just sitting there waiting. So that was hard because that was like time wasted in a way, until I realized like, oh no, okay, let me get more involved and get more proactive with my own career.
Yeah.
And then I would say there was a time when I wanted to quit. there was a
Yeah.
there was a role that I was up for and I didn't get, and I was just like, if I can't book this, then maybe this isn't for me. I'm tired of being broke. I want my own place. I was
Yeah.
living with a roommate, all these things, and I almost gave up. It's not, an overnight success at all.
Right. And see, those are the transparent moments that people miss because we always give them the filtered product, the finished product, but no one ever talks about what ends on the cutting room floor. No one ever talks about that role that they said, cut, you were great. And you're waiting on that call back and it just never happens. Like, wait, but you said I was great. What's up? And those are the heartbreak moments that can either break you or motivate you. And I am grateful that you let it motivate you because you are definitely a beacon of light. You represent us in style and grace. And with what you're doing, you're paving the way for others while leaving your legacy. And that feels good. You know what I'm saying? It looks good on you, honey. It looks good on you.
Thank you.
You have been busy though, like co-starring in the season premiere of Paramount Plus, Criminal Minds season 17.
Yes.
Now, this is a franchise. These people have not been playing. They are 17 seasons in, so I know you got to bring it.
Oh my gosh, yeah, I had no choice. It was
Were you excited about it?
What was that? I'm sorry.
Were you excited about it?
Yes, I think my mom was more excited because that's her show.
I love it.
It was exciting because it was the first job I booked, like literally it was like the first week of the new year, which is always exciting, because you feel like, okay, I'm starting the year off great. It was a little hard because at the time my mom was in the hospital and I honestly wasn't focused on acting at the time, but she was like, I'm good. You got to do that show. I want to see you on my show. So,
Yeah.
I prayed about it and I was like, okay, I feel okay. I'm going to do it. And it was such an experience, like being on that set that day. It was great. It was great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how was it working with the cast? Just knowing that all of the work prior to has led you to this moment where mama is just posted up like, oh, I'm waiting to see my baby on my show. And it's important that you have a good chemistry with those who are on the set to bring that script to life.
Yeah. What's interesting about that is in the finished product, you would think we've all worked together, but I actually didn't. Most of my scenes was alone and with another co-star, just like one partial minute of it. So I actually didn't even get to meet or work with the season regulars. Like,
wow. You know what? That's awesome though, because when it all gels together, it's one big cohesive piece, right?
Yeah.
And knowing the level of expectancy that they have because of the intensity, it's already there. And you have to match that, girl. You really had to dig deep. That's next level. I love it. Okay.
Yeah.
And then that came right on the heels of working on the production with none other than Tyler Perry. You know what I mean? So it's just like, sis, it was the #1 show, like still #1 production, doing the most BET plus, all the Queen's Men. So how was it working with that massive situation?
Woo, a roller coaster ride, but a fun one. It was lots of fun. It was what made it great was that everyone I met, cast and crew, was so welcoming. They're 4 seasons in and I'm the newbie on the set. And it was just nice to have good co-stars to work with to make the process a little bit easier, because that's the thing, like people don't realize you want to work with someone fun and great and good energy, because that could make the job so much harder, if you're not easy to work with or you're not enjoyable.
I only want to have to act during these scenes. I don't want to have to act as if we get along because you don't know how to act in person. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
don't make me act the fool. Don't make me flash. You know, like that's not what we came here for.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I know that you have so much more that you're working on. We're a little bit more than halfway through the year. If there's that one thing that you want to accomplish, whether it's professionally or personally, before 2024 ends, 2024 ends, what would that be?
Ooh,
Do, 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 do,
I would
do.
love to do another season of All the Queen's Men.
Uh-huh.
That would be great to go back to Atlanta and shoot again. And I would love to do, honestly, one thing that's always been on my list is I want to do a Christmas movie. I love Christmas, like holiday.
Wait a minute, you talking about one of those sappy Christmas movies? We know how it ends beforehand.
I honestly, I don't care. I just
My dog ran away, and it was the single guy that brought him back, and I knew it was love at first sight. That I'm here for it.
I'm for that one, or just the adventure one, like Home Alone. Like I love holiday movies. I love doing movies and TV shows. Like the goal is to do projects that make people feel good.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I challenge you to ink that and bring it to life because I know you've got it in you. That's what you do. This is who and what you are, honey. You bring all things that are glamorous and you're doing it with style and grace. And of course, I want you to think of this as an extension of your office. So whenever you have things going on, feel free to tell them, look, I need to jump in the hot seat on the tan line. Or if you're in Louisiana, pull up on me because I got you. Hey, it's the voice inside your speaker box, LaTangela Fay. And thank you so much for hanging out with me for another episode of the LaTangela Show podcast. Major props going out to the beautifully talented Hart Hayes for giving us the inside scoop and just a glimpse of all of the things that can take you from a hobby or a passion to fulfilling your purpose and leaving your legacy. It feels good, right? Well, if you know more of those stories, or if you would like to share yours, I would love to help you tell your story in your voice. Feel free to drop me a line. Submit your information at latangela.com. When it comes down to more of this random research, you know, sometimes you just have to say thank you. Ladies, I'm about to put you up on game. I like to do a lot of random research on relationships because maybe one day I'll give up the single life. Who knows? In the meantime, according to Journal of Personality and Social Psychology, a woman who wants a closer relationship with her husband just have to do one thing: say thanks. Say thanks. A recent study showed that those who feel appreciated by their partners are also more appreciative of their partners. So it goes both ways, right? The next time your husband, he does something thoughtful, even if he didn't quite get it right, but he was being thoughtful, say thanks. Say thanks for remembering. Say thanks for giving it a valiant effort. And say thanks just for being present. I like that. I like it. Some of that feel good news, right? But here's something I want to challenge you on. If you had 3 words that you were to give someone for advice, life advice, it doesn't matter what realm of life, just 3 words. If you had to give them 3 words to live by, what would it be? I think I'm gonna stick it out with chase the sun, right? But here's a sample of some others that were emailed. Life is simple. Chew your food. It's good advice. Don't hit people. That is excellent advice. Keep your word. I like it. Stop your whining. I can feel it. And one of the other favorites, 3 words of wisdom. Don't be creepy. Like, out of all the things you could have chose, you said, don't be creepy. I mean, it makes sense though. Just don't be creepy. I want to hear from you. Hit me up, slide in my DMs at LaTangela Fay. I have some prizes for you. Register for your chance to get one of those $25 Gordon Gives 10 Care gift cards by hitting me up with 3 words to live by. I would love to see your 3 words to live by. I'm going to stick it out with Chase the Sun. We have Stop Your Whining. It's a top runner. Life is simple. Chew your food. Don't hit people. That's top tier. Keep your word. Yeah. I'm here for that. So I want to hear from you and yours as well. And of course, you can always drop the line at latangela.com too. So that works. When it comes to dealing with our money, Did you know that you can use money to fight loneliness? Say it ain't so. But only if you spend it on experiences and not things. This is getting good. Coming from the Journal of Behavioral Decision Making, spending money on experiences as opposed to things decreases loneliness. When people focus more on doing rather than having, it's giving you an extra something, right? Like that purse, yes, you'll love it. Yes, you'll use it. But that trip, oh, you'll remember it forever. It's taking you different places. Feelings of connection make people want to engage in social activities, which reduces their loneliness. So 'tis the season. Book that cruise, book that flight, or just say you're going to get you a snowball and roam the park. I'm here for that too. What are some of your favorite things to do to find your happy place? Is it getting your steps in? Did you get your steps in today? Mental, physical, spiritual, it's all important. And if you do not take the time to make time for what's important, just to declutter your thoughts, defrag from a day, a lot is going on and people, they get lost in the smoke of things. And the last thing we want you to do is not be able to see the light at the end of the tunnel. So be intentional with that. Be intentional on taking your time to make time for the things that's important. Those experiences with your families, your friends, meeting new friends, creating new families. I'm here for it all. Okay. Now, speaking of those field trips, here's an airport tip or two. Now, avoid those long lines at all costs if you can. When the airport security line splits, move to the lane to the far left. Now, this is coming from First and Women because they're going to pay attention to everything. About 87% of the people are right-handed. Okay, make it 88%. And statistically, right-handed people, particularly Americans, have a tendency to turn right whenever they have a choice. Since most people would naturally head to the lines on the right, you can save some time by going to the left, to the left, to the left, to the left. I didn't know that. I like this one, and I think I'm going to have to use this. More read the research. I give it to you every week. New episodes of the LaTangela Show podcast dropping. You can find it on iTunes, Spotify, WMX, WAFB Plus, and of course at latangela.com. If you would like to be a guest, submit your information. Let's talk about it at latangela.com. You keep it locked right when you have it. Chase the sun or let the sun chase you. But either way, get after it. I love you, and there's absolutely nothing you can do about it.